Townsville Grammar School has played host to a school camp that has become an oasis of fun and companionship for differently abled children. Sony Foundation's Children's Holiday Camp programs have been running since 1998, and they enable families to access free overnight respite care for children with disability. And here, primary care for the campers is actually delivered by high school and university students known as companions. And as I started speaking to Yvonne West, the camp coordinator, I could hear the sounds of crying echoing from the stairwell, and it was campers who didn't want to say goodbye to their companions. I spoke to Yvonne West about the special relationships formed between the campers and companions.
For the 2.5 days that we have them here, the companions are the primary carers for those campers. So that means basically helping them eat, helping them shower, making sure they go to bed on time, but most importantly probably making sure they have a good time and making sure that for some of them that they form friendships that they might not have been able to form before. So yeah, the bond is unique and the bond is really strong, and yeah, it's lovely, if somewhat sad, when they are upset about their camper going home.
And they form these friendships. Do you find that it's the same campers coming back each year because they want to keep those friendships going?
We do have some repeat campers, so this year we had about 8 that had been here last year, but they don't necessarily get to keep the same friendships going because it's our Year 11s who are the companions. So for instance, our Year 12s come in and they are facilitating activities, and the campers do get to see those people, but they don't get to bond with them again. So I think the campers probably do come back hoping for that same bond, maybe even with the same person, but they meet new people.
And how long have you been involved with the camps yourself?
This is only my 4th camp, so it's Townsville Grammar's 4th camp, and it's my 4th camp.
Right. And do you find that each year you're learning more and more about how to make it that fun camp for everyone? You're picking up stuff as you go?
Definitely. So, and definitely finding out ways of making it more fun, but we've had our challenges in recent times as well, so about making it safer because of COVID and concerns, and making sure that families and children feel safe and feel comfortable to be on camp, but definitely learning new things every year.
You mentioned the C word, COVID there. Has it changed the way that you've had to run the camp in the last couple of years?
It certainly has. So our spacings in the boarding dorms have to be a bit bigger, I suppose, whereas in our first couple of camps we'd have 3 people all crammed into a cubicle together. We can't do that anymore. We have, of course, hand sanitizer everywhere. We have cleaners coming through more regularly. Our campers are hand washed almost ridiculously, but we also have our companions and our mentors actually do a bit of a cleaning module and make sure that they know what to do just to touch those surfaces at high touch areas get cleaned really regularly as well. So yeah, that has changed things.
And what have been some of the highlights in the activities this year at the camp?
For me, a real highlight every year is the disco, and I love the carnival as well. I also like the artwork that the students produce each year. So the mentors come up with an idea, and then the companions and the campers put it together. So this year's artwork was a peacock, which has hand cutouts with every camper's name on it, which we'll get to keep forever. So I do like that one. That's a bit sentimental.
It's beautiful, and yes, a few of the campers were talking to me about the disco. You're in charge here. Do you lead by example? Are you out busting a few moves?
Sadly, no, I'm too old to do that nowadays. With the theme that we have for our camp, we try and make a playlist that goes with that theme. So this year it was jungle, so there's a lot of jungle songs, and the one from that movie Madagascar, that was the big song.
I like to move it,
yeah. That was the big song. Yeah.
Excellent. And I heard that a certain Jonathan Thurston made an appearance at the camp this year.
He certainly did. He's a Sony Foundation ambassador, so this is his 2nd camp here that he's come to with us as well. So that was a real highlight for some of our campers and for some of our other people as well. So we had a few older people chasing around after his signature.
I bet. And there were a few selfies taken, I'm sure. And
definitely selfies all over the place.
Right. And as you said, this is your 4th camp. What's the thing you've learnt most about how to make all the campers feel comfortable and themselves so they can get the most out of the camp?
I think the key to that, and I suppose it's something I've known all along, the key to that is making sure that the companions are focused on the campers and making sure that they are doing absolutely everything they can do to make sure that the camper knows that they can be themselves, that they can share, that they can tell their companions anything. And our companions go through some pretty rigorous training to be able to do that. So Sony Foundation provides online modules, and then we do some face-to-face training here as well. And I suppose the thing that we highlight to our companions is see the child first, don't see the condition, don't see whatever disability there is, and I think that's the key.
I was lucky enough to then speak to Olivia and her mum Tamara, and there's no points for guessing what Olivia's favourite part of the camp was.
The disco.
There was a disco! And did you get out and bust some dance moves?
Not really, I was too scared.
Dancing is scary, I agree. Was it good music though? Everyone was having a nice time?
Yeah.
That's good. And have you been to one of these camps before?
Yes.
And it's always a big few days, I'm sure. How about for Mum? Do you enjoy coming along as well?
Yes, it's a wonderful experience for Olivia to have. She doesn't get this opportunity normally, so we miss her, but it's a great, fantastic 2-3 days for her.
And Olivia, you've got a third friend here as part of the chat. This is a unicorn, I can see. Does the unicorn have a name?
Unikitty.
Unikitty, is it?
Yeah.
Can I have a pat?
Of course.
Does that make me magic? I don't know what happens when you...
It makes you magic.
And do you find that when you come back for the next camp, it's the same kids? You get to reunite with those friends?
Yes, we've kept contact with some of the kids, and her mentors from this year we're taking for ice cream in a couple of weeks, so it's just an incredible experience.
Hang on, there's ice cream as well. What's your favourite ice cream flavour? Is that too hard a question? Choc mint. I love choc mint as well. Good choice. And I couldn't leave without getting a talking to from the principal. A good talking to, of course, I mean. Tim Kelly is the principal of Townsville Grammar School.
It's something the school really loves putting on, and to have so many guests to the school and so many of our own children, our own students involved is a really special time at the school. Everybody wins from this camp. There's something to gain for everybody. Our campers come and spend 3 days with us and have a great time. Our students get a chance to take care of someone else and really lead the way. And of course the parents get a chance to have some respite, have a weekend to themselves.
And how are the students of Townsville Grammar involved in the camps?
They can involve themselves in a couple of ways. We use our Year 11s as the companions, so essentially they're the carer for our guests for the period of time they're at the camp. We also use our Year 12s as mentors, so they oversee activities and help out with the companions and their students who've done the camp the year before.
And I know that Jonathan Thurston came for a visit. I'm sure the campers were lining up for an autograph or a selfie, but were you in there yourself as well?
I was. JT got quite the reception, so it was really good having him here at the school.
I was lucky enough to catch camper Thomas and companions Barnabas and Isabella before they shot home, and safe to say that Thomas had a great time.
No, I want a bit more.
You've been going for 2.5 days. You're not exhausted?
No.
Not at all. So what have been the memorable moments of the camps?
So I think, in particular, he got to ride in the cop car and he got to go on the front seat and he turned the sirens on and spoke through the megaphone. And he had a lot of fun doing that, yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, sometimes it can be bad to find yourself in a cop car, but at least you're in the front seat. That's the good seat to be in. How was that? You had fun in the cop car?
Yeah, it was really fun.
When you turned the sirens on, did you see people were looking around on the street and saying, uh-oh, what have I done?
Yes.
Is this the first time you've been at the camp?
Yeah, this is my first Sony camp, but being a companion has been an awesome experience, definitely. Yeah.
So explain to us what being a companion involves.
For each camper, there is either 2 or 3 companions, and we're all Year 11 students here at Townsville Grammar. And basically our job is to make the camp as fun for the campers as we possibly can. And that includes helping them with dinner time, with in the showers, and meeting all their needs, basically, so making sure that they can just have as much fun as possible.
And we hear a lot of goodbyes going on in the background. It's a bit hard saying goodbye to all the new friends you've made, isn't it?
Yeah, it is hard saying goodbye.
And do you think you'll see everyone next year? And does everyone usually come back? It'll be the same group of mates?
Probably, yep. I'm coming back next year.
Oh, fantastic. Wouldn't miss it. And what do you find in terms of making it a fun environment and a fun camp? What's the best way to do it? Is it games? Is it music? What are the activities?
I think that it's a little bit of everything. I feel like if the companions are having a great time, then they really do radiate that out to the campers, and that really just makes it a whole much more of an experience for them all.
And then one of the other campers a little earlier, Olivia, was telling us about a disco that I think happened. Did you bust some moves on the dance floor?
Yeah, and I got to sit in the front seat of the cop car.
Your dance moves were too good. They had to take you. The cops had to take you away.
They had to take me away because I was a good dancer.
That was some of the great characters who I was lucky enough to meet down at Townsville Grammar School when they were hosting Sony Foundation's Children's Holiday Camp. The time is 24 minutes past 9.